Have you ever seen someone completely ruin their relationships with the people who once supported them? That seems to be happening with Meghan Markle right now, and it feels like a scene straight out of a Hollywood movie. This drama unfolded at the BET Awards, an event usually filled with fun celebrations and safe speeches. However, this year took a surprising turn when Tyler Perry took the stage. He's the same Tyler Perry who once helped Meghan and Harry by offering them a home, a private jet, and even covering their security when they left the royal family. During the awards show, Perry was supposed to give a nice tribute, but then he said something unexpected. "You can't build a palace on unpaid bills." In that moment, the atmosphere in the room changed dramatically. People were taken aback. He didn't mention any names, but it was very clear who he was addressing. Social media exploded with reactions. It felt like Hollywood was finally taking a stand. What's essential to know is that this was more than just a little dig. It marked a significant moment when Meghan's fairy tale image began to crack in public. Perry, who had always defended her, was now drawing a line. Despite years of friendship and support, insiders say Meghan hasn't repaid any of the help she received. It shifted from a kind gesture to a feeling of being taken advantage of. To add to the twist, Oprah Winfrey, who famously interviewed Meghan in 2021, has suddenly gone silent. There have been no calls, texts, or statements from her team regarding Meghan. It appears that for months, Oprah hasn't mentioned Meghan at all. She has gone from being a key figure in Meghan's story to almost being invisible in Hollywood. It's surprising to see how far Meghan Markle's situation has changed. She once enjoyed a moment in the spotlight, filled with admiration, a royal title, and a media machine backing her up. Now, though, top public relations firms like WME and CAA are reportedly unwilling to represent her anymore. The reason? She's become too controversial and carries too much drama with her. Internally, PR firms refer to this as the Markle risk factor, as if it were a warning label. They treat it seriously. Almost every project she's involved with either gets canceled, fails, or leads to some kind of public relations disaster. For example, Netflix gave her $100 million, but what did they get in return? The animated show Pearl was scrapped before it even got a chance to premiere, and Live to Lead didn't make a significant impact. Even her documentary series was described by Rolling Stone as dull and lacking charm. Let's take a step back to understand why someone like Tyler Perry initially helped her. Back in 2020, after Meghan and Harry left the UK, they found themselves without security, a home, or a solid plan. Perry came to their rescue, providing them with a safe place to stay in Los Angeles. His support was based on trust, but now it seems he's pulling back his backing publicly, sending a message that things have changed. Reports suggest his team had been advising him for a while to set clear limits, stating that helping them was more like charity without real agreement. Now, he's made it clear that Meghan's rise isn't built on thanks, but on favors and flashy appearances. The reality seems to be that even those who once stood by her, like Oprah, are stepping away. In Hollywood, loyalty is crucial, and it appears Meghan has run out of credit. The voices in the industry seem united in saying, enough is enough. She used to capture global headlines effortlessly, but now it seems invitations to events are drying up, and the media's interest in her has faded significantly. This year, she wasn't even invited to the Vanity Fair Oscar party, a clear sign that organizers are tired of her team's demanding behavior. It's not just about red carpet events either. Her requests to major studios and platforms are going unanswered. Reports indicate she's been quietly removed from the list of potential collaborations at several big media companies. It's as if she's become invisible in Hollywood. A-list circles don't tolerate chaos, especially when there's no benefit. And the situation with her so-called empire isn't looking good either. Financial experts have started raising concerns about her Archwell Foundation. There are worries about unusually high consulting fees, late reimbursements, and questionable spending habits. One banking expert even pointed out that Meghan may appear wealthy on paper, but in reality, she's struggling financially. She seems to live off dreams of success that never really come true. Recent tax filings have raised concerns about Meghan Markle's nonprofit Archwell. Reports show that the organization spent nearly $3 million on administrative costs, yet produced very little in terms of actual projects or content. Legal experts are questioning whether some of these expenses, such as hiring personal fashion consultants, luxury travel, and unclear roles for media advisors really qualify as legitimate nonprofit spending. It's attracting unwanted attention and raising red flags. Then there's the fallout from her $20 million podcast deal with Spotify. This venture was meant to be a major part of Meghan's return to the media scene, but it quickly fell apart after just 12 episodes. Internal tensions were high at Spotify. One executive even referred to Meghan and Harry as grifters, and many staff members felt frustrated, stating that Meghan didn't meet her promises and often blamed others for the project's failures. She tried to make a comeback with a new podcast teaser called Confessions of a Female Founder, but it failed to generate interest, receiving negative feedback from focus groups who found it confusing and self-centered. Overall, Meghan's brand has lost its excitement and appeal, making it seem like a risky investment. It's worth noting that Meghan once had strong backing from Oprah Winfrey. Their famous 2021 interview drew 17 million viewers and set the stage for Meghan to be a significant voice in culture. However, sources close to Oprah's team say that doubts quickly emerged about Meghan's truthfulness. Now, Oprah is distancing herself, and even Gayle King, a close ally, has remained silent. It seems that in the high-stakes world of Hollywood, reputation is everything. When the pressure mounts, even friends may withdraw. Moreover, Archwell is not just facing public relations troubles, it might soon have legal issues to deal with. Experts on nonprofits are beginning to take notice, with phrases like self-dealing being mentioned. This refers to using nonprofit funds for personal benefit, which raises serious concerns, especially given the lack of visible results from the foundation. People involved with Archwell have started sharing their experiences. Some former contractors report long wait times for reimbursements, with one vendor claiming they had to threaten legal action to get paid. Another said payments would stop when public criticism increased, indicating possible internal chaos. It's not just hearsay. It seems to be a recurring issue. There are even rumors that the IRS has been alerted to these problems. Although no formal investigation has started yet, legal experts warn that it's likely to happen if nonprofit funds are being misused, especially in California, where strict laws govern charitable organizations. Celebrity status won't protect anyone from the consequences if rules are broken. Meghan Markle's popularity has dramatically declined. Not too long ago, she could easily get a magazine cover with just a hint of interest. Now, however, many magazines are avoiding her. For example, People magazine, which used to support her, recently backed out of a planned profile due to concerns about her divisive reputation. Their editors didn't want to risk upsetting their readers or advertisers, reflecting just how much things have changed. Internally, it seems that Meghan's own team is struggling. There's a lot of turnover among her staff, morale is low, and information is leaking out constantly. Instead of managing crises, her public relations firm is now focused on damage control. The challenges she faces go beyond money. Her reputation is at stake. Once viewed as a brave outsider challenging royal traditions, she is now seen as someone who oversold her story and hasn't lived up to expectation. Her marriage to Prince Harry, which was once seen as a strong asset, isn't generating the positive response it used to. Every public appearance is examined for awkward moments, with experts analyzing their body language. People are no longer cheering for them. They're now just waiting to see what happens next. Netflix, which invested heavily in their projects, is also pulling back. Their budgets are being cut, and it seems Meghan is losing control over her creative direction. One executive even mentioned that what they expected to be a high-quality drama turned out to be more like a casual blog with royal themes. Additionally, there have been reports of strange financial activities involving her business accounts. Some banks have noticed unusual payments, like consultants being paid before, large transactions without clear reason, and delayed payments. While she may appear wealthy on paper, she may be facing financial difficulties in reality. This situation illustrates the collapse of her public image, not with dramatic incidents, but quietly and without fanfare. She no longer receives invitations, premieres, or collaborations. Once a sought-after name, Meghan's reputation has turned into a cautionary tale. In Hollywood, reputation and trust are crucial, and it seems she has lost both. Without the royal protection, support of the palace, or opportunities to reshape her narrative, Meghan has potentially sacrificed her credibility. And in the entertainment industry, once you lose that, you risk losing everything.